Everyone is shouting at you to be more disciplined. But have you ever considered that their advice is the exact reason you keep crashing? You are stuck in a loop of failed day ones. You know the script by heart. Wake up at 5 a.m., hit the iron, grind through the deep work, and build the empire. Yet, here you are, still staring at the same ceiling, wondering why the engine won't start. It is not because you are lazy. It is because you are conditioned. Your brain has been hijacked by a digital dopamine economy that rewards you for doing absolutely nothing. Against the rush of infinite scrolling and instant comfort, discipline feels like a death sentence. It feels heavy. It feels unnatural. But the masters of the craft, like the legendary Miyamoto Musashi, understood a secret that modern hustle culture ignores. Musashi taught that you must see that which cannot be seen. He didn't view discipline as a struggle. He viewed it as a way. Highly disciplined people aren't constantly at war with themselves. They don't force it. They have rewired their neurological circuitry to find satisfaction in the friction itself. Once you flip that internal switch, discipline stops being a battle and starts being your natural state of existence. If you want to break the cycle, you have to stop trying harder and start training smarter. This isn't about willpower. It is about architectural design. As Musashi said, you must under no circumstances be at a loss. To ensure you never lose your way again, we are going to deconstruct 7 brutal strategies to reprogram your mind. We will start with the safe change protocol, because most of you fail by going all in too fast and triggering your brain's threat response. We will move into environmental engineering, because the harsh truth is that you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your surroundings. If your phone is your pillow, you have already lost. We are also going to master the 5-minute momentum rule to shatter the barrier of starting, and I will show you why your inability to sit in a quiet room is destroying your focus. By the time we reach the final strategy, identity reconstruction, you won't just be trying to be disciplined. You will be the person for whom discipline is as effortless as breathing. Most people will click away before the 3rd strategy because their brains are too overstimulated to handle the truth. But you aren't most people. You are still here because you know the life you want is on the other side of the boredom you are currently running from. If you stay until the end of this video, I am going to show you how to apply Musashi's philosophy of the void to make your focus unbreakable. The person you are meant to become is built one choice at a time. Let's stop talking and start building. The primary reason your previous attempts at transformation ended in a wreckage of burnt-out ambition is simple. You tried to conquer the mountain in a single leap. You woke up one morning and decided to overhaul every single cell of your existence. You swore you would rise at 5 a.m., fast for 18 hours, and grind through a grueling workout before the sun even hit the horizon. It felt electric for about 48 hours, and then the collapse came. Why does this happen? It is because your brain is a survival machine, not a productivity machine. When you introduce massive tectonic shifts into your lifestyle, your amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear, perceives that extreme change as a direct threat to your safety. It triggers a resistance so heavy that no amount of willpower can overcome it. Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman to ever walk the earth, wrote in the Book of 5 Rings that you must step-by-step walk a 1,000-mile road. He understood that mastery is not a sudden explosion of brilliance. It is the accumulation of infinitesimal victories. To bypass the brain's internal alarm system, you must use the strategy of the smallest possible version. Instead of trying to read an entire library, read exactly 1 page. Instead of committing to an hour of intense cardio, do 5 push-ups. If you need to study, commit to 5 minutes. It sounds almost too easy to be effective, but that is exactly where the power lies. When the task is small, the resistance is 0. You aren't chasing intensity yet. You are hunting for consistency. Consistency is the only force that has the power to reshape your identity at a cellular level. Each tiny action is a vote for the person you wish to become. You are proving to your subconscious that you are the kind of man who shows up regardless of the scale. By mastering the small, you gain the right to command the large. But even if you master these small steps, there is a hidden predator waiting to sabotage you the moment you step out of your room. You can have all the internal resolve in the world, but if your physical space is designed for failure, you will fail every single time. Most men think they have a character flaw, but they actually have a geometry problem. In the next section, I'm going to show you how to engineer your surroundings so that discipline becomes the path of least resistance, and why your current environment is a trap you didn't even know you walked into. You have accepted the doctrine of small steps, but now you face a cold, mechanical reality. Your environment is actively hunting you. Most men believe they lack willpower, when, in fact, they simply have a design flaw. You do not rise to the heights of your ambitions. You fall to the level of your surroundings. If you leave your smartphone on your desk, you will eventually scroll. If the kitchen is stocked with processed fuel, you will eventually eat it. This isn't a sign of a weak spirit. It is the biological design of the human brain responding to its landscape. Miyamoto Musashi emphasized the importance of the spirit of the place. He understood that a warrior must master his terrain before he ever draws his blade. To cultivate discipline, you must stop relying on the flickering flame of motivation and start relying on the unyielding structure of your environment. You must make the path to your vices impossible and the path to your virtues inevitable. Move your phone to another room. Place the book you intend to read directly on your pillow. Change the friction. If you are ready to take control of your space right now, drop a comment 1 below to signal your commitment to the grind. By engineering your world, discipline ceases to be a grueling, conscious choice and becomes a frictionless default. You are no longer fighting yourself. You are simply following the path you have paved. However, even with a perfect environment, there will be moments when the initial spark to act simply isn't there. You will be standing in a perfectly optimized room, staring at your tools, and yet you will feel a paralyzing weight in your chest. This is the barrier of initiation, the silent killer of all progress. Most people wait for a feeling that never comes, but in the next section, I will reveal a psychological cheat code that forces your brain to engage in under 300 seconds, breaking the deadlock of resistance before your mind even realizes what is happening. You are standing in your optimized environment, yet the internal weight remains. The project is too big, the workout seems too long, and your mind is already looking for an exit. This is the wall of initiation. Most people wait for the spirit to move them, but a warrior knows that the spirit is moved by the blade, not the other way around. Miyamoto Musashi taught the concept of the strike of non-thought. He believed that between the intention and the action, there should be no space for doubt to grow. To master this, you must deploy the 5-minute strike. Whenever you feel the heavy hand of resistance, make a pact with yourself. I will only do this for 300 seconds. No long-term commitment, no pressure for perfection, just 5 minutes of raw engagement. The hardest part of any battle isn't the exchange of blows. It is the moment you decide to step onto the field. Once you begin, a physiological shift occurs. The resistance that felt like a mountain suddenly evaporates as momentum takes the lead. By the time the timer hits 0, you won't want to stop. You have already broken the static friction of laziness. You have entered the flow. But even as you build this momentum, there is a modern plague waiting to drain your power the second you look away. You might be able to start, but can you endure the silence? We live in an era of hyperstimulation where focus is a dying art. In the next section, I will show you why your addiction to noise is the invisible chain holding your discipline back and how to find power in the one thing most men fear: pure, unadulterated boredom. You have learned to strike fast, but can you endure the silence that follows? We live in an era of hyperstimulation where your brain is constantly bombarded by high-velocity digital noise. If you cannot sit in a quiet room for 10 minutes without reaching for your phone, your discipline is a house of cards. This is the uncomfortable truth. Your struggle to focus isn't a lack of talent. It is a brain that has been overstimulated to the point of exhaustion. Miyamoto Musashi spoke extensively about the spirit of the void. He believed that a true warrior must be able to exist in the empty spaces, maintaining a calm mind even when nothing is happening. If your mind requires a constant stream of notifications and short-form videos to feel alive, you are not a master of yourself. You are a slave to the algorithm. When it comes time to perform deep, meaningful work, your brain will reject the slowness and demand a quick hit of dopamine. You escape the work not because it is hard, but because it feels boring compared to the chaos you have grown used to. To reclaim your power, you must train yourself to handle boredom. Start by walking without music. Sit in your chair for 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing. At first, your skin will crawl. Your mind will scream for a distraction. But if you hold your ground, something remarkable happens. The noise settles. Your mind calms down. When boredom becomes a state you no longer fear, focus becomes your natural advantage. You stop reacting to the world and start commanding it. However, even with a calm mind, the human ego is a deceptive enemy. It will try to convince you that you are making progress when you are actually standing still. Many men fall into the trap of ghost productivity, doing things that feel like work but yield no results. To stay on the path, you need a way to make your invisible victories visible. In the next section, I will show you how to hijack your brain's own reward system to build a momentum so powerful that stopping will feel more painful than continuing. You have embraced the stillness, but now you must confront the brain's need for evidence. One of the most dangerous phases of building discipline is the silent gap, that period where you are putting in the work, but the mirror hasn't changed, the bank account hasn't grown, and the world hasn't noticed. When your efforts are invisible, your motivation will inevitably evaporate. To prevent this, you must make your progress undeniable. Miyamoto Musashi taught that in any conflict, you must know the smallest things and the biggest things. You cannot master the macro results if you ignore the micro data. You need to hijack your neurological reward system by making your effort visible. Whether it is a physical notebook or a digital tracker, you must mark every single win. When you win, see a streak of 5, 10, or 30 days growing in front of you. A shift occurs. You stop chasing the vague high of motivation and start protecting the tangible momentum you have built. If you are tracking your wins and refusing to break the chain, drop a comment too right now to show you are playing the long game. By quantifying your discipline, you turn a subjective struggle into an objective game. You are no longer wondering if you are improving, you have the receipts to prove it. However, even with a perfect streak, there is a fundamental flaw in how most men talk to themselves. You can track your actions all day, but if your internal monologue is still rooted in your old, lazy self, the streak will eventually snap. In the next section, I will show you why the words you use are actually blueprints for your failure and how to shift your entire reality by changing a single verb. You have tracked your wins and built a streak, but there is a silent saboteur living in your language. Most men stay trapped in a cycle of failure because they describe their journey using the word trying. They say, I am trying to wake up early, or I am trying to be more disciplined. This single word is an escape hatch for your ego. It gives you permission to fail before you even begin. Miyamoto Musashi taught that you must be the same in your everyday life as you are in the moment of combat. There is no trying in a duel. There is only being. To shatter the old version of yourself, you must execute an identity shift. Stop identifying as a person struggling to improve and start identifying as the person who has already arrived. Instead of saying you are trying to focus, state clearly, I am a disciplined man. Your brain is a heat-seeking missile that follows the coordinates of your self-image. If you believe you are fundamentally lazy, you will eventually act out that reality to remain consistent with yourself. By shifting your identity, your actions stop being an uphill climb and start being a natural reflection of who you are. Every time you show up for a small win, whisper to yourself, this is who I am. But even with a new identity, there is one final, brutal test that separates the elite from the average. You can change your name and your thoughts, but can you control your primal urges when the reward is staring you in the face? In the final section, I will show you how to master the art of the delayed strike and why the ability to wait 10 minutes is the difference between being a king and being a commoner. You have reconstructed your identity, but the final gateway to becoming unstoppable is the ability to master your biological impulses. Most men are slaves to the now. They chase the immediate dopamine hit, the instant comfort, and the quick escape. But true discipline is the art of choosing what you want, most over what you want right now. Miyamoto Musashi taught that in strategy, it is important to see distant things as if they were close. He understood that the warrior who can look past the immediate hunger and focus on the long-term objective is the one who dominates the field. To train this, you must practice the delayed strike. Start with small, agonizing delays. When you feel the urge to check your phone, wait exactly 10 minutes. When you crave junk food, push the meal back an hour. Each time you do this, you are teaching your brain that you are the commander, not the servant. You are breaking the cycle of instant gratification that keeps most men average. You are building the capacity to endure the tension between desire and action. By mastering the delay, you gain a level of control that feels like a superpower in a world addicted to speed. You move from being a reactive animal to a strategic architect of your own fate. But even after mastering all 7 of these brutal strategies, there is one final shift that must occur for this to become permanent. If you don't understand the transition from effort to essence, you will eventually tire. In the final conclusion, I am going to show you how to make this entire process stop feeling like work and start feeling like the most satisfying thing you have ever done. You have mastered the delay, but here is the ultimate truth that most people will never understand. Discipline is not a finite resource that you use up until you are empty. It is a muscle that, once trained, becomes your default state of being. At first, every choice feels like a heavy lift. You won't feel like doing. The work and the resistance will feel like a physical weight in your chest. That is normal. But if you keep showing up, something internal shifts. You stop relying on the flickering flame of motivation. Because motivation is a fair-weather friend that leaves you when things get cold. Discipline is the one who stays. Eventually, the process stops feeling like a grueling effort and starts feeling deeply satisfying, like something you actually want to do. This is what Miyamoto Musashi meant when he spoke of the way of the warrior. Once you understand the way broadly, you see it in all things. Discipline becomes your essence, not just your armor. So here is your challenge. Do not try to implement all 7 strategies at once. That is the path back to the collapse we talked about earlier. Pick exactly one, just one. Commit to it with the intensity of a single strike. Your life does not transform when you feel inspired. It transforms when you take relentless action, day after day, choice after choice. The man you are destined to become is being built right now, in this very moment. If you have stayed with me until the very end, it proves you have the capacity for the deep focus we discussed. To show me that you are ready to stop trying and start being, drop a comment 3 below. This lets me know you are part of the elite few who actually finish what they start. If this breakdown provided value to your journey, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are building a brotherhood of men who prioritize silence and execution over noise and excuses. In our next session, we are going to dive into the dark psychology of social groups and how your current circle is silently draining your ambition without you realizing it. Don't miss that one. The road is long, but the walk is worth it. I will see you in the next one.